Well, end of the year news that has a lot of Americans upset. The U.S. government reporting that Chinese hackers successfully gained access to the U.S. Treasury Department, hacking into workstations and documents in what's being called a, quote, major cybersecurity incident. Treasury officials say the hackers got in through a third-party software provider, stealing a key used for remote support. Well, the service has since been shut down, and there's no sign the hackers still have access, but it all comes after a series of cyber attacks linked to Chinese-targeted U.S. telecom companies. So joining me now is the former Deputy National Security Advisor for the Vice President and Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow for China, Steve Yates. Steve, thank you so much for your time today. First of all, how does something like this even happen?
Well, it's a longstanding problem of U.S. government systems having underdeveloped hardware, software systems, and sort of human protocols put in place. There was an infamous breach of the Office of Personnel Management systems some 10 years ago, disclosed a lot of sensitive information for millions of security clearance approved civilian employees. And this is part of that piece. It also comes on the heels of that telecom breach that potentially compromised phone conversations and metadata for average Americans. So if the Department of Treasury isn't demonstrating an ability to secure itself, it certainly is a major negative signal about our preparation for infrastructure or other vulnerabilities. So this is clearly a blaring sign for a new president and new administration to work together to do something big and different.
Absolutely. So, Steve, this is kind of a two-parter. First, are you surprised that the feds are admitting this happened? And what do you think is the strategy behind sharing this with the public?
Well, there could be a lot of reasons why it was disclosed. It could be it was going to be disclosed anyway, and so they get out ahead to try to shape the narrative. They maybe want to get ahead of trying to reassure congressional oversight that the damage or compromise was potentially minimal. I don't know how they could make that claim this quickly, but I can understand why they would want to try to manage those kinds of expectations. But the bottom line is, whether it's our air traffic control systems, to the computer systems of government, and to the major infrastructure of our country, this has been something that's been screaming for decades. And we've spent trillions of dollars on other priorities, left this vulnerability. And with China, we have a state sponsor with seemingly endless personnel and resources to come after us. And we're doing very little to give them costs or put them on the defensive in their own country. That calculus has to change.
Yeah, so Steve, we know that, not only are these attempts being made, they're, being successful in many cases. Should the average American be concerned with this latest breach? How could this impact us? We're talking about the U.S. Treasury.
Well, the Treasury has a lot of different information, and they haven't said whether any classified information was compromised, but there's a lot of sensitive but unclassified information that could go anywhere from what's happening with people's taxes to important negotiations. There's a lot of things that people communicate outside of classified documents that would be of very high value to foreign competitors and adversaries, and that we wouldn't want disclosed. So it's, I think, a real concern. But really, the bottom line to all of us is we live in a digital age where we're highly exposed. If we don't maintain some kind of best practices and update our hardware, our software, and make sure that we aren't the human weak link that allows bad people to get into our own systems or those that we work with. I mean, all those things have to work right. Adversaries only have to win once to get a big compromise. And so really, we've just got to take this a lot more seriously.
Absolutely. And talking about the U.S. Treasury, how likely, from your perspective, is something like this to happen again?
Oh, it's 100% going to keep happening until we demonstrate an ability to really block these kinds of compromises, and also to demonstrate an ability to compromise and, air quotes, touch those who are doing this to us. Until they have to be on defense, until they have to worry about some cost to them, of course, it's only natural they would keep coming for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have to stay vigilant, stay on top of it all. Steve Yates, Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.